Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is episode 477 for October 3rd, new releases. Since it's Drew speaking, Kyle is obviously in the wind somewhere, and I decided to go back to the old tried and true solo cast that you all love so much. Let me give you a little sneak preview at our C4 Fat Bundle for the month of October. I'm going to give you two of them. I'm going to give you all four. So give you something to look forward to when Kyle returns. The first one is Livewire #1 from Valiant. It's written by Vita Ilaya with art by Raul Allen and Patricia Martin and a cover by Adam Polina. It's an all-new ongoing series with Livewire at the center of it. Accomplice, mentor, savior, and now enemy of the state, seeking to protect other vulnerable, superpowered psiots like herself, Livewire plunged the United States into a nationwide blackout with her technopathic abilities, causing untold devastation. After choosing the few over the many, she must now outrun the government she served and those she once called allies. We've chosen this one. It's a $3.99 book. It comes out December 18th, and it's going to be part of our C4 Fat Bundle for October. So that's going to be 50% off. Nice #1 from American Gothic Press is a title written by Dagan Walker and Joseph Ettner with art by Mark Renee. It's a Nice Day for Murder. American Gothic Press's first series collaboration with Echo Lake Entertainment begins here. Kevin and Jose are 20-something hipsters cruising through life in a fancy car, drinking at bars and chatting about nothing, except when their mysterious employer sends them on errands that may involve killing people. More often, they're expected to just clean up after the excitement is over. But a deranged cop's personal investment in the organization they work for is about to change everything. That's also a $3.99 book. This one comes out December 5th. And I'll have to confirm with Eric whether we get 50% off on that one or not. Once we get the whole bundle together, we'll give you a full price. Wanted to give you a quick peek at our order for September. We did submit that at the last possible minute, so we were a little behind. Let's see. We ordered Bitter Root. We're kind of heavy on that one. This is Image, of course. Outer Darkness was one that tickled our fancy. Aunt Agatha's Home for Wayward Rabbits. That was my choice there. Middle West, first issue, looked pretty good. Getting some of that. Kyle's still on Burnouts, so he's still enjoying Burnouts a lot. We of course still go heavy on Walking Dead, even though there are diminishing returns on such an investment. I think that's more of a habit than a smart move, but we go pretty heavy on that. Kyle's circled God of War, the first issue of 4-issue miniseries, and that's of course based on the video game. So he's there, and he's still in on Batman Damned with that second issue. I was on the fence, so we went back and forth on this. Made a lot of money on that first issue, but I don't know if you can replicate the Batwang hysteria in issue 2. So I don't think this is going to be a big deal. It might be a little under-ordered, but I decided to sit it out. I did go with the DC Nuclear Winter Special. I know it's a high-priced $9.99 book, but I think the holiday specials have done well in the past. So interested to see just what kind of interesting twists are in this thing, and who the creators might be and what they might be doing with these little anthology things. So I took a shot with this one. I'm still on Doomsday Clock. Wanted to give the the Grant Morrison Green Lantern shot. We've got Shazam, interested in. So also kind of cool. Of course, I'm hell heavy in Batman and the variants, so, and all in on Catwoman and the variants. So that's kind of, those are always pretty cool. So I just go ahead and I don't even wait for FOC on those. I just go ahead and punch those in. It's some interest in the Atomic Robo Greatest Hits at $1, so it's really even less with the discount. So I've never read much. I read a little bit of Atomic Robo, but I thought this might be a cool sampler. It might be pretty neat. Of course, we're getting the cover B of the Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons still with the character sheets. A little interest in Dead Man Logan, Marvel Knights 20th, Web of Venom Carnage Born over at Marvel. Smooth Criminals was something I was interested in. Firefly #1 is Kyle. Kyle's a brown coat, so he's into that one. Alterna, of course, I'm kind of all in on Alterna. And I was curious about the Archie 700 a lot because Nick Spencer's taken over from Mark Waid. So I'm curious as to where that direction goes. That's kind of cool. And then another one that I kind of picked up late was Knights of the Golden Sun, and it seems to be like a biblical based, like Bible stories, like maybe Goddamn, that sort of angle. So I wanted to take a shot on that. It's a tiny press, but it's Knights of the Golden Sun. You can check that out. It's kind of the highlights of our order. I know people have asked before, and they want them a little earlier, but that's sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. We can't get our act together in time, so it just doesn't work out. I want to take a quick look at the FOC. Eric had already kind of pointed out some cool things, but I wanted to, when he sent his email out, if you're on that list, you've seen some of his highlights, which is pretty cool. If you're not on it, reach out to Eric at Cowabunga Comics. You can just send him an email, Eric with a C at cowabungacomics.com. Cowabunga's with a K, and get on that FOC list, and you can see those for yourself. But now what he's doing is, not only do you get the FOC list and when the deadline is and all that, but he's also kind of going through and kind of selected a handful of items that are of interest to him, and therefore could be interesting to you as well. I'll go ahead and hit his first because he went to all the effort of designing this sweet email. If I can get the darn thing to open. My connection speed is the problem, not Eric's. So these are FOC items that are due on the 1st of October by noon. Eric's featured FOC items this month, or this week, are Aquaman by Jeff Johns Omnibus hardcover, which is they're rushing this to print because of the movie coming out. It's a high ticket item. I think like $75 or something like that. The Amazing Spider-Man #8, which is a J.G. Jones variant cover. And J.G. Jones is pretty talented dude. You might want to check that out. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1 with the Art Germ variant, and of course it's beautiful Art Germ work. And Vampironica #4, the cover C, is a Fiona Staples variant from Archie. So those are all good choices. As I'm glancing down through the FOC list, I'm not seeing as much that jumps out at me. It is that final issue of Mr. Miracle. If you read issue 11, that was a pretty amazing issue. Won't spoil that for you, but it was really great. The first Old Lady Harley, first issue of five issue mini is out, so there could be some spec value there. That first appearance, as I glance down here, I kind of wish they would standardize this stuff so that the order that's on the order form and the website and the FOC were all in sync, but what are you going to do? The final bite at the apple for Moon Knight 200 is available. There's a independently orderable standard cover and a Finch variant, but I'm pretty sure that the Nolan Sienkiewicz tan variants are all a lot higher. I'm going to confirm with Eric. It looks like the tan is at 50, and the Nolan is at 75. But the Sienkiewicz's aren't showing what their value are, so I'll have to confirm with him what those numbers are. The Finch looks like it's a $3.99 book, but I'll have to confirm with him as well. That variant, I'm not sure if that's available independently or not, or that's also an incentive tier of some sort. But might be your last chance for a while because it wasn't solicited in next month's catalog. There's that Vampironica number 4, the Staples variant. You can't beat that for $260. And that's about it for the FOC for me. Take a quick break and come back with the sneak peek. We take a look at Previews World's October 3rd releases. We're looking at Blackbird number 1 from Image. And this also has a Fiona Staples B cover variant. And so we know what she's doing with her free time. Not doing any sagas. But that's definitely something worth checking out. The third issue of Die 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 had some printing errors. I read a review copy. It's really great. Of course, it continues to be really great. And so whenever they figure out the printing errors on that, and when I guess maybe it is coming out. Maybe they have reprinted and shipped. I can't remember if this one was delayed or it had already been delayed because of the print error. We've got Errand Boys number 1, DJ Kirkbride and Nikos Koutsis. In the future, if you can't find a decent job, you run errands, the dangerous, often illegal kind. 30-year-old Jace Lopez is a hard-worn scoundrel in a lifelong solo act until he's saddled with his 13-year-old half-brother, Tonk, full-time. And now Jace has 2 mouths to feed while evading the law, running from aliens and jumping off skyscrapers. The only thing weirder than the vastness of space is family. There are sure a lot of runner post-apocalyptic things out now. I know Black Mask has 1 or 2 on their own. And this, and 3 is probably too many. I think there's a couple that I'm forgetting. We've got the first Juke Joint, which I'm looking forward to. I really enjoyed Bingo Love by the same creator, T. Franklin, so I'm looking forward to this one. Then we've got the Princess Sienkiewicz cover, Walking Dead, which looks really good. So I'm kind of psyched about that. As we go down the Dark Horse, we have Death Orb number 1. That looks pretty good. It's Ryan Ferrier, the guy that did Dave, or D4VE. He's teamed up with Chris O'Halloran and on art chores, and of course this is post-apocalyptic. And Ryder carves a bloody path across a war-torn North America, ruled over by the Lords, the mysterious father, and their cult followers, as he searches for his abducted wife and child. So that could be pretty good. We got Batman the Max returning, written by Sam Keith, with art by Sam Keith. So Sam Keith fans, Max fans, check this out. First Batman foil is out. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the quality of this is, how it looks, if it gets scuffed up, if it's pristine. I'm very curious about Batman 56 and its foil. We also have those Batman blank comics for aspiring artists and comic creators to have a Batman blank and just fill it up themselves. I'm not sure what the novelty is here. It's the next step in the adult coloring book craze, I guess. Kind of like a sketchbook now. There's some other foils. Curse of Brimstone's doing a foil. Green Arrow's doing a foil. Lanterns. We'll see. We'll see how if they strike that same lenticular craze that the others have. I point to Nightwing 50 because we have the spoiler if you haven't read the last issue, but of Batman. I don't know if it happened in Nightwing or not. It might have. But Nightwing got grazed by a bullet. And in 50, we have the cover shows the bat-shaped scar on the side of his head, which is kind of a wicked-looking cover. We got Wonder Woman and Justice League doing Dark Witching Hour. That's new. And this Drowned Earth thing, which is covering a lot of bases, along with Heroes in Crisis, which is now starting to cross over as well. So, yeah. Next up is Marvel. 25th issue of Champions. I'm hoping they pull out the stops for this one. It is oversized and has been a really good run, even across a couple of creators. I've really enjoyed it. Looking forward to this one. Superior Octopus launches. Doc October, they are calling it, with a Spider-Geddon tie-in. Could be cool. I'm curious about it. We've already got a second printing on Thanos Legacy. That first issue did really well. There's a Typhoid Fever Spider-Man first issue, tying in with Typhoid Mary. I'm not sure about that one. Then we have What If Spider-Man #1. What if Peter Parker wasn't the one bitten by the radioactive spider? Well, we've kind of seen a lot of variants on who could have been bitten. But now we're going to look and see if Flash, what would happen if Flash Thompson would have been bitten. We have a What If X-Men #1, and another one of those. And then we have X-Men Black, Magneto #1. So Magneto is back. We really enjoyed the last Magneto run. This is a Chris Claremont written book. So I'm interested in checking this out. Very curious about it. As we head into Dynamite, very little to nothing. Boom's slim pickings as well for the week. We do have a Sparrowhawk #1, written by Delilah Dawson with art by Matthias Basla. It's solicited as Teen Victorian Fairy Fight Club. So that's clever. Almost enough to make me check it out. To see how busy my week is. I might get to that one. As we go to some of the smaller publishers, we have Pellucidar from American Mythology Productions, and it's like Edgar Rice Burroughs sci-fi. It's high priced. It's like a $10 book. No, I guess there's a regular cover that's $3.99. I'm sorry, I got it backwards. $3.99 book. Ripley's Believe It or Not from Zenescope. It's an anthology series, which I'm always a big fan of, at least checking out. Ripley's Believe It or Not. I believe I've been to one of those kind of museum places on vacation when I was a kid. I'm willing to check this out. This looks pretty good. We had another round of Spook House. The sequel to Spook House is Albatross Funny Books Eric Powell's imprint. So we got Spook House 2, number 1, just in time for Halloween. We have William the Last by Brian Shearer doing the art and the writing. This is from Antarctic Press, about a young boy who grows up with his grandfather on a deserted island. Upon his grandfather's death, he climbs to the top of the island mountain to find himself in a land where the people are in hiding. A tyrant rules, and his own name has been forbidden from being spoken. He is William the Last. Sounds kind of interesting. Don't know if that's enough to make it my pick for the week, but I'm probably going to go with one of the Image books. There's a nice collection of Image number 1s, and Die 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 3 is tempting because of the printing mishap. I don't know if that might just make more people even interested. But I think I'll go with the Blackbird number 1, cover B. That, of course, was a part of one of our bundles a couple of months ago. It is Fiona Staples, and it's Sam Humphries doing the writing. And I'm kind of interested in the story, and I'm definitely interested in the Fiona Staples art. So I'm going to go with Blackbird number 1 as my pick of the week. I want to thank you guys for indulging me in this solo podcast today. I really miss having the back and forth with Kyle. That usually adds a lot of flavor to these things. So solos are tough, but sometimes it's better just to get the info out there than to not do one at all. So we'll be back hopefully next week with a more complete cast for you guys. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you later.